Next is to put the valve block in. I mean, you could dismantle the valve block because there is a filter in there, but being so clean I decided not to disrupt things too much. So next is to put it in, lean on my makeshift support there, and I've wiped it off outside just in case I introduce a particle or something. Lean on here, lean on here, and connect the two valves. Hope you can see it. One clicked, another click. You can't mess it up really. It's that direction. And next is to put it inside, and it's really it's holding off. It's not holding off entirely like that. To wipe my hands off, and you have to put in the manual valve, the hydraulic valve inside. Make sure it's white. It's actually alright. Yeah, it's quite good actually. The valve in there, and then we put it inside. Hold it from underneath, kind of thing. I think that's like that. The plastic here grips on there, and that's in there. Make sure it doesn't slide off. I mean, now next is the cover with the bolts, and I fixed one bolt just to kind of fix it. Let me see if I can do this with one hand. It's a little bit difficult with one hand, but let's have this. And try the bottom. Maybe that will be more successful. Just to center it a little bit, then the others will fall in line. That was perfect. Actually, the bottom one. Start from the bottom. Well, make sure you start from the bottom, not from the top. Let me tighten this a little bit. The bottom one. So I can have a brake. It's very difficult to work in here. I'll try one more maybe to the top. Whew. So start from the bottom, the very bottom here, then that one, and then the rest of them. That shifts okay inside in the hole of that plug. Whew. I'll have a break. Actually, on a second thought I made a mistake. So this plunger needs to go in the groove here. You see how this is cut? There is the groove here. So you, from the picture, so I've tightened it, and this cannot slide in there anymore. So I have to undo all of these that I did a little bit. See if I can slide that thing underneath there. Unlikely, but let's see. A little bit. Yeah. Perfection. See how it's in there? And it's in locked fully. When I move it left, right, it doesn't move. This moves, so it's in the groove. So then I can actually tighten them a little bit to hold it in, kind of center it, hold it in place. Whew. Now that's in place, and you can't quite see it, but there is a pin on that quadrant. There is a pin underneath that slots in that cat hole. So you refer to your pictures, has to be, so you could tighten this a little bit and then shift it. In that case it's actually alright. And in case I've transferred any particles, but well, it's inevitable. I'm leaning on the car, and there is some sharp objects here. This metal edge, be careful. I mean, it's really sharp. I don't know, maybe they should have, and here they've just cut it and it's actually sharp. I don't know how bits and pieces are not coming off in the gearbox from these parts. That, well, maybe they could have kind of cut them a little bit finer. I mean, Jesus. So this is how it looks like. The pin here has to go inside that groove there on that, so this doesn't move anyway. If you shift it, it kind of moves with the pin as well, doesn't move as well. You can kind of rotate it, and that's how it looks like. Next thing, one can connect all these connectors. I mean, the connectors, they are aligned. I think they're aligned. Yeah, that one is there, second one is in there, third, fourth, fifth. I'm just kind of moving them a little bit. That should be there. And yeah, I don't think there is any. You just kind of squeeze them like that and they go inside, and it's difficult to see on camera, but they're actually much easier to go inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the bottom one as well. You cannot see it, but it's also clicked in. So one, double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valves, and the two in the back already connected. The pin is locked in that quadrant. The from this black thing is dropping down, so this doesn't move anywhere. I'm not entirely sure this hole, if this will not hit it in some sort of way. It's kind of moving a little bit, so hope that doesn't stop it doesn't really stop it from moving. It's kind of movable. Well, hope it doesn't stop this pin sliding out there. Well, it might, but there's not much else I can do actually here. I can have a mirror and look at it through the hole. Yeah, it's actually quite good. You can have a mirror, look through it. Yeah, it should come out. It's actually it's perfect there. So this hole here wouldn't stop the pin sliding in and out. And then a few of the bolts. Let's see now if that would work. This particular one is giving me so much trouble. Oh yeah, it does slide in now. So just put them in, but not super tight, just a little bit. And I'm using the bolts from the same position, so maybe who knows if that makes any difference. So there is a sequence of these bolts, and you can see it on that picture, but the bottom two bolts I haven't undone. So the procedure is you tighten it with first this bolt, then that, then this, then that one, then this, that, and the very bottom at the bottom. 9 Newton meters. Then you unscrew them a little bit, and then you retie them to 7.5 Newton meters. So, well, that's the procedure. Don't ask me why that's the case. So starting with that bolt here to 9, then this one to 9. Nine, and then number 3 at the bottom. Number 3, number 4 at the very bottom. Nine. Then at the top, number 6. Then 7 that side. That one, and then the very bottom. Nine. Double check again, just to make sure that I've. So now you unscrew them. I don't think the sequence matters, how you unscrew them, but I'll start from the last. You unscrew them a little bit. Start from kind of a 7. A little bit. 6. 6, then the bottom, 4, then this one, 3 and 2, that one, and then 1 here. And then you tighten them to 7.5. Don't ask me what this procedure is about, I have no idea. 7.5. One, then 2. And then 3. And then 4, 6 here, 7, and then down at the bottom 8. And of course, double check. That should be that. Also have a little bit of tissue with baking fluid. Just wipe off the bolts a little bit in case there is a, well, screwing them. There was a little bit of a, like a little bit of metal left or something. mean, this tissue doesn't really leave any bits and pieces, but I'll wipe it off a little bit as well. Different fingers if I can. I don't have so many fingers, but right. Now for a double check. These two were connected. These 5 are clipped in. 6 there. The bolts were tightened. This pin is in its groove in the quadrant here. Next, install that leaf spring.